How you doing, guys? It's your boy, and I've been on a mission to collect LEGO bicycles. And I happen to find these ones off Amazon, ranging from $12.99 to $19.99. And I'll have links down below if you guys want to pick up these bikes for yourselves. And I'll also have tagged products if I happen to find special deals, which also give you the opportunity to support my channel. And in today's video, we're going to open up the boxes, put the bikes together. I'll go over the things I like or may not like with each bicycle. And towards the end, I'll rank these bikes and let you know which one is my absolute favorite. So let's get right into it. So this is our first bicycle that we're going to go over today. It's white and blue. Definitely a pretty cool color scheme for sure. And I bought this one off Amazon for $12.99 USD. And this is what the bike looks like in the box. Now we're going to open up the box, see what's inside. And as you can see, there's different bags with different parts in them. And this is the instructions manual. This is the back of the manual with the other models for this brand. And then we got the stickers we're going to put on the frame later on. And now we're putting the bike together. They had me start off with the back of the frame, so we're putting the back of the frame together. We're going to be attaching the wheel in just a little bit. And each bike has its own kickstand as well. That way you can actually stand the bike upright. And we just built the saddle, and as you can see, they put the blue with the black on the saddle, which I get the idea behind that, but I think it would have made more sense if they distributed those blues on the frame instead. I think it would have looked a little better overall if they did it that way, but I digress. And now we're connecting the chain to the gears, to the crank. And that's one of the common building features among these bikes, is having that chain. That's what allows you to actually pedal the bike. And now we're building the front fork. Another thing these bikes have in common, the front fork can telescope back and forth. And each of these bikes have cables. They're supposed to emulate brake cables. And now I'm demonstrating the play features. You can pedal the bike back and forth. You can telescope the front fork. The saddle can be moved up and down. The crank actually works, so you can play with it like it's an actual bike. And this is what it looks like when you put it together. It's definitely got a nice looking design. I like the shape, the colors overall. I know I nitpicked about some of the color placement, but it's still a pretty good looking bike. But how well is it going to hold up? And will it actually be the number one? Well, we'll find out later on. And for the next bike that we're putting together, it's going to be this green one, which I happen to get for, if I remember correctly, $14.99 USD. I'll put the correct price on the screen. And as some of the OGs in my channel know, green is my favorite color. I absolutely love the color green. I have a little bias towards anything green. I just love the color green. Blue is a close second as well. But yeah, you can already tell, like, this is a pretty unique looking bike, for better and for worse. And we'll get more into that later. This is what it looks like in the box. And now we're going to open up the box and see what's inside. That tape was sticking to the bags a little bit, but no big deal. I got it out of the box. Just like the other bike, it's got the instructions manual, it's got the different bags. Each bag has different parts in it. This is what the instructions manual looks like from the front. And just like the other one, it's got the different models on the back as well. Now we're putting the bike together. And just like the other bike, they're having me start with the back part of the frame. The way they have me put these bikes together, it's pretty similar as far as the sequencing. They usually have me start with the back part of the frame and then just building my way towards the front. As you can see, there's definitely really nice distribution of greens, blues, reds, silvers, and blacks. It's definitely a very good looking color scheme for this bike. The saddle for this bike is very similar to the other one, except the whole thing is black instead of having the different accent colors, which I actually prefer that way. Now we're putting the chain together, and as you can see, it actually propels. And now we're just finishing up the front for the frame, the front fork, and the front fork is fully black, which I also prefer. Just looks more uniform that way. Then we gotta attach the cables, and then we're done. And now I'm demonstrating the play features once again. As you can see, it pedals. The seat can go up and down. The front can telescope back and forth. This is how it looks out the box. It's definitely a unique looking bike for sure. I think it looks pretty good overall. I just really like the colors. It's definitely a stylish bike. But is that what it takes to win? I guess we'll find out. And the next bike that we're putting together is this yellow one.
So this one I happen to get, if I'm also not mistaken, I think I got this one for $14.99 USD. And I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but there's definitely a combination of play features and design that I really, really like about this bike.
This is what it looks like inside the box. And now let's crack open the box, and you know the drill, to see what's inside. Just like the other bikes, it's got the different bags. Each bag has different parts in it, like the one bag with the wheels. This is the instructions manual. This is the back of the manual with the other models from this brand. And quick tangent, this bike really brought me back to my childhood. The combination of yellow, red, blue. I used to love mixing those colors together whenever I was making robots, mechs, kind of like Exoforce. If you guys know that brand, let me know in the comments down below. So that definitely reminded me of some very pleasant memories with building Legos, because as you guys know, Legos, all-time favorite toy, hands down. And from this overall experience building these bikes, I appreciate how every bike is similar enough in a lot of functions and qualities, but the frame and the shape of the bikes, they're all unique amongst each other. And now I'm demonstrating the play features. You can pedal it back and forth. The crank actually works. The saddle can move up and down. You can telescope the front axle, and the front suspension and rear suspension both work really well. This is how the bike looks. Definitely a very striking design. Now, I forgot to put the stickers on, as you can see, but I did put them on later. But yeah, I really appreciate the design, the shape, the aesthetic appeal that this bike has. And that just might be enough to crack the top spot.
And last but certainly not least, we've got the red bike that we're putting together. If I'm not mistaken, the pricing was about the same as the yellow one, which I bought, I think it was for $14.99 USD. But this bike, similar to the other one, definitely has some unique play features. It has a lot of cool things going for it, but I won't spoil it just yet.
And this is what it looks like in the box. And you know the drill, just gotta open it up and see what's inside. Just like all the other ones, you got the different bags, the different pieces, different parts in them. This is the instructions manual. It was creased, so I don't really know what happened. I guess it was just shoved in there, but whatever, no big deal. Anyway, that's the back of the instructions manual. Just like the other ones, it shows the different models from this brand. And of course, we got to get to building. They're having me start with the back of the frame, just like the others. And one thing I forgot to mention is that all these bikes also have a derailleur attached to the back of them. So the derailleur doesn't actually work as far as being able to shift the chain and whatnot, but it's just a nice aesthetic touch. I definitely appreciate those little details. And just like the yellow bike, they changed the recipe for the saddle. They used those wing pieces, those Bionicle wing pieces for the saddle, which I really like the look of that. Now I'm demonstrating the play features. As you can see, it propels back and forth. The fenders can move up and down, which is a nice touch. And the crank works. And you can telescope the front fork back and forth. And this is what it looks like put together. And I noticed this is the tallest of the bikes. It definitely has a nice design. I like the overall shape and aesthetic. The little gold piece is very classy, as I mentioned. And is that going to be enough to win? Well, let's see what happens.
For the bicycle with the lowest rank on my list, I have the white and blue bicycle. Now, I definitely like the color scheme, and it has similar functionality and play features as the other bikes, but it's just missing a couple things for me. It's missing a rear suspension component, and I feel like a lot of these blues that were used for the saddle could have been better distributed throughout the frame, like maybe just make the saddle black. And I'd also say maybe make the front fork black as well, or have more of a combination of the white and blue as well. But either way, I still think it's a solid bike, and I gotta reiterate, none of these bikes are bad. It's just that one of them had to be the least good. So for those reasons, I have this one ranked as the lowest. And for third place, we have the green bicycle. So I appreciate the uniformity of the black for the saddle compared to the previous bike. And same thing for the front fork with the black. And I just feel like the combination of that limeish green color with black goes really well together. Nice little accents of red as well. But the reason why I don't rank this bike any higher, there are two big reasons. So the shape is interesting. You know, I don't think this is a super common shape. I feel like the frame is just a little too small. Like maybe they should have had the frame lean back some more. And also this one housing cable right here, I can't stick it fully straight without having to you see what I mean, right? Like it doesn't stick fully straight, and if I try to, then it's just going to tilt this way, and then it'll snap off again. So I feel like the designing was a little wonky for this bike. And I'm also, I don't know, the suspension, it's supposed to work, but I think the geometry of the frame, it just doesn't make it work as well as it should. Although technically it works. But aside from those things, I think it's still a pretty solid bike. I really like the colors, and there are aspects of the design that I really like about this bike too. And that's why I have it as third. And the runner-up position goes to the red bike. And there's definitely a lot of gold accents throughout, which I think are pretty classy. They definitely add a nice bit of character and flair to this bike. It's got a good balance of play features. It's got a front fender, it's got a back fender, and the suspension, it took me a little bit to figure this out, but essentially it kind of works by pushing it front to back like that. So that's how the suspension works. This is definitely a solid bike which combines features, playability. It's got a nice design, good colors, but it's missing that X factor that would make it number one, which is why I have it as the runner-up. And despite the fact it doesn't have the color green, my favorite of the bunch is the yellow one. I think this bike is freaking awesome, dude. I love the shape. I love the colors with the black and the yellow, the little bits of red that you can see. Very classy. The suspension works quite well, as you can see. Just got to push it in like that. There you go. And it's got all the play features of the previous bikes, except for the fenders. That's like the one thing I would have liked to see on this bike. But it's the only one that has a front light, which is a nice little touch. But it's really just the fact that it has all the play features that you could want in one of these bikes, and a striking design, great colors. I mean, this had to be the number one for me. And that's a wrap on today's video. Feel free to share your favorite bike in the comment section down below. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that taco bell so you get notified the next time I upload. If you want to show super support for your boy, you can visit my Patreon or get a YouTube channel membership, both of which just $1 a month. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate your continued support of my channel. I'll see you around. Take care.